Hi everyone, Brilliant Little here from your land partner and Property Developers Academy, coming to you today for today's instalment of 100 and 100, instalment number 70. And it's the second part of a kind of mini two-parter within the funding part of the development life cycle. And yesterday's session, I delivered the first part on raising finance, where I gave you an introduction into our money magnet model. So yesterday we covered the first three letters of the magnet acronym, and today is the second part, the NET. So just to recap very quickly on the first part, magnet standing for M being mindset, A being add value, G being green light. So if you haven't caught up on the first part, do go and watch number 69 video. And this session is going to be focused on the second part, NET, starting with N, which is network. Now, your network, both personal and private and professional networks, are absolutely key to getting funding. And that is the same. It goes the same for not just private investors, but also through actual institutions and funding companies, finance companies, because often you are going to get introduced either directly to those companies or through a broker that is within your network. So obviously expanding both your personal and your professional networks, the bigger network you've got, the bigger the pool potentially you are fishing in for possible investors and funders. But where we see a lot of early stage developers, they kind of make the mistake of pretty much only purely focusing on their professional network, so business and property networks. They may attend a lot of networking events, evenings, where the various meetings that go on up and down the country, and they put all their effort and all their focus into that side of things, and completely neglect the actual personal networks that you're already part of. Because as we said in previous videos, people buy from people that they know, like, and trust. And who knows you, likes you, and trusts you already? A lot of people in your personal friendship circles, clubs that you're part of, family, wider family, and often that gets neglected because the focus seems to be on, well, I'm in business, and I'm in property, so I need to go to business and property networks and focus my attention there. So the first piece of advice I would extend to you when it comes to raising finance is you've got to put efforts into both sides, personal and professional. Some of my investors and our investors that we work with, aside from family, obviously we've worked with family for on a number of deals over a number of decades, but more recently, when we've been more focused on expanding our investor pool to perhaps other people, we first started, start on your doorstep, start with people you already know. So I'm part of a cricket club, for example. We've got a large number of members, obviously already friends with a lot of those people. They know me, they like me, or so they say anyway, or so I'd like to think, and they trust me effectively. So reaching out there, and I've got some investors from within that. So perhaps look at your own networks. What organizations are you part of? What clubs are you part of? Where do you go regularly? Where do people know you? And then start building a list of potential investors, not to then go straight after them, but then just so you're aware of them, And if you're, I mean, with social media, how the focus on social media is these days, that often, you know, your profession and your personal life, they do merge on social media often. I know it certainly do on mine. So without even contacting some of people within my personal network, if I'm constantly posting or regularly posting about business, about investing, about property, about updates, about all these kind of things that we tell ourselves to do, then just they're going to notice some of the things that you're already putting out there organically. So that's certainly one thing. So that would be the N as part of the money magnet model. So moving on to E, and that is ethics. So you know, ethical investing, ethical business is hugely important. You know, people are very impressionable when it comes to money, when it comes to making them more money than they already have, and you know, the key to them achieving, you know, whether it's financial freedom or working with somebody that can grow their pension part or their investment part, or you know, grow their savings or whatever it may be. People are very impressionable, so it's hugely important to approach you know, borrowing other people's money under a strong code of ethics, and effectively operating your own business under a strong code of ethics as well. It starts with really getting clarity on why you do what you do. There's many different businesses that can produce good cash flow or good profit margins, maybe less risk, maybe less lead time. So why specifically is it development and house building? Why have you gone into that area, or you're interested in going into that area, and really connect yourself with that? What's important to you? We talk about know, like, and trust. Well, ultimately, people are going to be attracted to that are attracted to the things that you're putting out there and the way that you are and your integrity, because they often share some of those traits themselves. They probably share similar values to yourself. You know, we're straight up and down in terms of how we are in terms of delivering content. We always have been. We're developers first, and consultants and previously educators and mentors second, and we tell it how it is. Therefore, we attract people that want to hear it how it is and appreciate that transparency and that honesty and that raw approach. Therefore, we will never connect with the people that want to be told, you know, all the dreams and, or, you know, sold all the dreams and have the silver bullet put, you know, given to them on a platter. We will never ever connect with those types of people. And it's the same with yourselves. So whatever information that you're putting out there, if you're living and breathing this thing, then you are going to be attracting people that do share a similar outlook on a lot of things to you. So don't try to be somebody that you're not. Lean into who you are, how you operate your business, and that there will be investors, funders, there will be people out there that do resonate with that, and they will connect with you. The one thing you've got to remember is that you know, building these relationships, investor relationships, do take time. So it's about, you know, consistently being out there and being seen to, you know, be congruent in what you're saying and doing, more importantly. And it's about amplifying your message. Ultimately, you know, if you're in development just for profit, then anybody that generally puts profit first falls flat on their face. So it's about connecting with a higher purpose. If you do the things right, then profit will come as a result. So you know, if you can be seen as to working towards something greater than yourself, you know, making a difference in the world, making a positive impact, then people will be attracted to be part of that, because ultimately one of the I would say common values of people is that they want to make a difference in people's lives. They want to help others. They want to have a positive impact. They want to leave a mark on the world. So if you can be seen to be doing that, and you're attracting investors that can make a good return but can also make a difference as well, then that's that you are putting yourself in the right position from that point of view. So the really is, it's about becoming purpose and value driven. So T finally is track record. Now, obviously, if you're just starting out, then you're not going to have a track record yourself. But so then it really does lay the importance down on the track record of your team and highlighting the track record of your team. It's vitally important to get people around you that have done the things that you want to do and been to places that you want to go effectively in terms of business. And it's highlighting that, and then as a byproduct you are kind of tagging onto their credibility and their track record, and then ultimately once you get 1 or 2 under your belt, then you're building up your own track record and it starts to get easy. So once you start building up that track record of completed projects, then it will be about highlighting that and documenting that in the right way, that you are going to be able to access better rates, more funders, perhaps more private investors, because they've seen you over the past 2 or 3 years put out content, and then they've seen you talk about it. They've seen you actually acquire insights. They've seen you deliver insights. So the model is proven, the concept is proven. Obviously, you've got to be, regardless of how you're approaching things, you've got to be legal and above board. You've got to conform to the regulations, the financial FCA regulations. So you've got to do things in the right way. That is absolutely important. But if you stick to these fundamentals, the money magnet. So just to recap on the money magnet. So M being a mindset, so it's about having that mindset of money is nothing more than a commodity, just the same as bricks are needed to build a house, money is needed to do a development. So it's about negotiating those best rates as best as possible, adding value, putting consistently good content and content marketing yourself out there to the wider world. You've got G, which is green light, which is ensuring that you're in a position to move forward with all the right documentation, all the right things that your funders are going to require, robust appraisals, site plans, all that kind of stuff. N, your network, so leveraging both your personal network and your professional network. You've then got E, which is operating your business under a strong code of ethics, and finally T, which is building up that track record. And to start with, it's about tagging onto your team and really amplifying and championing your team's track record and experience to gain funding and instill confidence in your lenders. So that's the money magnet model, part 2 of raising finance. Hopefully you found this useful, and I look forward to joining you on the next video. And the next few subsequent videos in the funding part of 100 and 100, and on its conclusion we will be then moving on to another step in the development life cycle, and that is the build, construction. So thanks very much for joining, whether you're watching this live or recording on Facebook, on YouTube, wherever you're watching it from. Look forward to hearing from you in due course, and look forward to tuning in to another video. Thanks very much. Take care.